and welcome to this brief tutorial describing the basic principles and use of the Arps Auto Divergence Indicator. Because timing is such an important aspect of successful trading, the trader must be prepared with some insight into the likely turning points of the market. How helpful would it be to know when the market is changing direction in its constant oscillations? The Arps Auto Divergence tool gives the trader a heads up when these turning points present themselves, and it does so without consuming valuable real estate on the trading screen. There's no need to plot the oscillator with the Arps Auto Divergence tool. This is a very robust tool that works on any time frame or asset class. It identifies divergence or convergence patterns between price and an oscillator, and plots a show-me dot upon such recognition. For the uninitiated, let's begin with a basic description of divergences and how they work in the markets. Basically, when the extremes of price oscillations progress in the opposite direction of the extremes of an indicator's oscillations, a diverging condition is said to exist. The convention in the trading world is to call this a divergence, whether these extremes are technically converging or diverging. If the valleys created by the oscillator become shallower as the valleys created by the price fluctuations become deeper, this is considered a bullish pivot divergence, and prices are likely to move to the upside. If the peaks of an oscillator become lower while the peaks of the price fluctuations rise higher, then this is called a bearish pivot divergence, and prices are likely to go down. These are called pivot divergences because they indicate a reversal in the direction of the trend. Sometimes another type of divergence occurs which helps identify a pullback within a rising or falling trend. These are called trend divergences, or type 2 divergences. When price creates a series of higher lows, in spite of an oscillator making lower valleys, we call this a bullish trend divergence, and we look at these valleys as opportunities to buy. Conversely, if price makes a series of lower highs while the oscillator peaks get stronger, this is called a bearish trend divergence, and the trader may consider this as a selling opportunity. As you can see from looking at these charts, when a pivot divergence is detected between successive oscillator lows, the Arps Auto Divergence Indicator plots a green dot below the price. Conversely, a red dot is plotted above the price high when a divergence occurs between successive oscillator highs. When a trend divergence is detected between successive oscillator lows, the indicator plots a dark green dot below the price. Conversely, a dark red dot is plotted above the price high when a divergence occurs between successive oscillator highs. At Jan Arps' Trader's Toolbox, we know that every trader has a different personality and trading style. Therefore, we strive to make our tools user-friendly and robust to accommodate every trader's needs. You will find quite a few inputs available on the Arps Divergence Indicator. On eSignal, you can click on the little tab on the lower left of your screen to open the Inputs menu box. On eSignal, you can choose from any of these oscillators found in the drop-down menu. On TradeStation, Multi-Charts, and NinjaTrader platforms, you can choose from any oscillator study in your library, which is produced by a user function. The Fear-Greed Index and the Hurst oscillators are all proprietary tools from Jan Arps Trader's Toolbox, which are all available in the Jan Arps Crown Jewels package on eSignal. When you look at the next line in the menu box, you will see Oscillator Links. This is where you will enter the normal input settings for whichever oscillator you choose to use for your divergence study. The range here is wide enough to accommodate whichever oscillator is picked. The divergence sensitivity input controls how wide an oscillator peak or valley must be in order to qualify for consideration in the divergence calculation. This gives you the ability to filter out minor oscillator peaks and valleys and focus only on major peaks and valleys. The bigger the input number, the wider the peak or valley must be to qualify, and thus the more major the divergence. Plot pivot divergence and plot trend divergence are true-false inputs which allow you to choose which type of divergence you want the Arps Auto Divergence tool to seek. Set them both to true if you want the Arps Auto Divergence tool to look for all divergences. Because the Arps Auto Divergence tool looks at peaks and valleys, a divergence cannot be confirmed until the peak or valley is confirmed. Therefore, you have the option to plot the show me dot either where the indicator realized the divergence or where the divergence actually occurred. When plot where found is set to false, the tool will plot the divergence dot over the center of the price peak or valley where it occurred. When set to true, it will plot the divergence dot over the bar where the divergence was detected. The Arps Auto Divergence tool allows you to input cosmetic settings as well. Here you can see that you can select various colors depending on your taste and palette for the different types of divergence show me dots. The dot size is also variable. I have it set to a pretty high number, and for you to be able to see these dots on this video here. And below that we have several options for different types of alerts, emails, sound, pop-ups, etc. So I hope that helps you understand some of the different ways in which you can use the Arps Auto Divergence indicator on eSignal as well as other platforms. If you are using the eSignal charting platform, you will notice the little question mark tab on the lower left of your screen when you have Arps indicators running. When you click on this tab, it will bring you to a page in your browser with helpful information describing how to use the Jan Arps tools on the eSignal platform. Simply scroll down on this page and you will find informative help in alphabetical order for each of the tools Jan Arps offers in his Crown Jewels package for eSignal. Thank you for your time and interest in Jan Arps' tools. I hope this tutorial has been helpful in understanding and using the Arps Auto Divergence tool in your pursuit of consistent profits in today's markets.